right, so welcome today at HPB conference here in Hudson Yards in New York City. Today we have a pleasure to welcome Stardust Power, which is a US-based energy and battery materials company headquartered in Oklahoma. The company is currently developing large-scale lithium refining capacity that is expected to create over 200 jobs while strengthening the United States domestic battery supply chain. As the world accelerates towards electrification and cleaner energy systems, demand for lithium and other battery materials continues to grow rapidly. Companies like Stardust Power are helping build the foundation for the technologies that power electric vehicles, renewable energy storage, and next-generation energy infrastructure. This is why potential collaboration between Stardust Power and High Performance Battery, HPB from Germany, is particularly exciting, bringing German excellence to the United States and creating jobs in the same process. So thank you again for being here today. And we're going to start with HPB. Please tell us about yourself and about your technology.
My name is Sebastian Heinz. I'm the CEO of High Performance Battery. We are a pure technology development company focusing on all solid-state batteries. We are doing that based on a robust research engagement of more than 30 years. And we had a lucky coincidence. We weren't looking for a solid-state battery, but we were trying to solve battery aging at its root causes. And the coincidence was, it turned out being the solution to battery aging being a solid-state battery, the answer to that question. So we had a kind of a liquid process, and suddenly we realized it turns out to be solid. And then we entered the solid-state battery space, not on purpose, like dedicated for solid-state batteries, but for solving the aging problem of batteries. And that makes us completely different from most of the other approaches in solid-state batteries, because everyone else tries to replace the liquid electrolyte with a solid one, just to get rid of aging and danger. And they have to overcome the hurdles of physics. They need to make it work. They produce the solid-state electrolyte outside the battery cell. And the chance we have, based on our lucky coincidence, is that we can use the production process, which is well known from current lithium-ion batteries with liquid electrolyte. And we use a drop-in process, as we call it. So we add a fun liquid into the battery cell, fairly similar to the production of battery cells as of today. And by running the formation cycles in the factory, it turns out to be a solid-state electrolyte just based on electrochemical reactions within the battery cell. So we don't need to manufacture our solid-state electrolyte outside the battery cell, but we can do it inside. So we do not have to overcome the hurdles of physics. We can use the chances of chemistry. And that is why we can also rely on existing technology for battery production, and we do not have to reinvent the wheel. And our business model is based on licensing, because we're just a pure technology developer. So we license our technology in the world according to fields of application and geographies, production, and the third one is making use of our solid-state electrolyte for the automotive industry for their battery development. That's basically it.
Excellent. And in terms of creating trust in Oklahoma and getting government and private institutions involved in your endeavor, please tell us about Stardust Power and then again about potential collaboration.
Yeah, no, Stardust Power, as you mentioned earlier, and I like Sebastian's structure, is looking to fill a need, to fill the gap. And the need that we identified is the supply chain in the United States on the lithium side doesn't have refining. So we are aiming and filling that gap with a scalable, technology that, obviously is the risk. And mostly all the technology that we have or innovation that we have thought about is upfront, where we design the plant to receive a wide variety of inputs, brines. So we have the ability to receive different qualities, process the impurities, put them together, and mix them in a way that we're going to have a consistent flow of material to the plant. So that's mostly innovation, and the technology risk on the refining itself is not complicated. It's well-known technology. So that's what differentiates us, trying to fill that gap with existing technology, with innovation at the forefront. And we're confident, in addition to that, that the collaboration, I think we see ourselves as a catalyst to build a mining company dedicated to lithium carbonate requires significant capital. So the way we see the market evolving, companies are looking at producing just lithium chloride, not the carbonate. And that means that you don't need $1 billion to produce just 20,000 tons per annum of lithium carbonate battery grade. You need a third of that. And the operation cost goes from 12,000 to 3,000, that range. So what that means, that a company that nobody looks at it may produce 5,000 to 10,000 tons per annum of lithium of lithium material, can now become a reality because they don't need capital, they don't need extra development. So we like that, and I think where the location of the plant is, we are close to Nevada, we're close to Arizona, New Mexico. There is outstanding logistics. We can ship from Canada to our site. So that is a catalyst for all these smaller players to find an outlet and process the material, monetize their resources, creating in itself more jobs. Our partnership with the state of Oklahoma is very important. We bought this site that is in a free zone area with all logistics available to us. We have a lot of incentives locally to, obviously, to create the jobs that are permanent, and that becomes part of some of tax incentives that we will have going forward when we start to operations. And at the federal level, the government, as you know, the current administration has put in place a number of enhancements to existing programs in the IRA with the OBA, where now there's an integration of programs to raise capital through grants, non-dilutive, project financing with Exim Bank, others non-dilutive, and direct equity investments. So we've been talking to all these entities. We spent an entire week in Washington, D.C. Last week, and we have excellent connectivity, and obviously we're looking to secure some of these grants because it facilitates, I think, facilitates and de-risks our capital raising, but at the same time give us visibility within the government to get that support that we need to potentially continue our discussion with Exim Bank and the energy dominance funding, which was the old LPO. So all of these elements between the federal government and the state of Oklahoma have given a lot of, I would say, impetus to advance the project development at full force. So we're fully permitted. We're advancing site development with early works. We're working in detail engineering and looking at the contracts, construction contracts as we speak. So we're hoping to secure some strategic equity also before year end. So we all advancing on that goal.
Excellent. Well, wishing you good luck and hope that the partnership will be excellent and it will help local economies here in the United States. Thank you.
Thank you.